and welcome to the CS Zone, your one-stop corner for everything customer service. Today we're talking about preferential services. Now, when someone says to you that they're offering preferential services, what do they mean? So when we talk about preferential services, we're talking about services that are different from the ordinary. So we're talking about services like using the ATM, we're talking about online banking, telephone banking, and other services that do not require you to go to a branch. Now, it's important to have preferential services because customer service is becoming dynamic. Customers want accessible ways of doing business, they want reliable ways of doing business, they want cheap and easy ways of doing business. However, as a service provider, there is a caveat. If you're going to provide these services for your customers, it's very important that you make sure you're providing them with 100% accuracy. So let's look at the ATM, for example. If you're a bank and you're offering ATM services, we would be asking questions like the location of your ATM. Is it visible? Is it safe? Do you always have ATM roll in there? Is it always working? Is it always stacked with enough money? Because what's the point of providing a preferential service or a service that is supposed to make the life of your customer easy, but that service actually makes it very difficult for your customer? So if I should walk to an ATM machine expecting to take out my money in 5 minutes, and I spend maybe 10 minutes just fidgeting with the machine because it's not working properly or because it didn't have any ATM roll, at the end of it, that very service that you've provided to make my life easier actually makes my life very difficult. Let's look at another area like online banking. Let's just assume that as a service provider, you have a website. Now, what do websites do? They're supposed to link your business to the outside world. You've put information that is not accurate, is not concise, and information that hasn't been updated for years. Now, how do I get in touch with you as a company if, for example, you are still using 021 instead of 0302 or 0301? These are some of the things that you need to watch out for if you decide to branch and then offer some preferential services. It's good to do that because that's the new trend, but you have to make sure that when it has to do with things like online banking, it has to do with things like telephone banking, it has to do with things like just basically doing other services or offering other services that don't require you to do a face-to-face job, you make sure that you're also taking care of the other things that would make that preferential service excellent. So, this has been the CS Zone. The next time you decide to branch into preferential services, make sure that all the other elements that you attach to your face-to-face service is also attached to your preferential service. So ask yourself these questions. Is that particular service making your customer happy? Is that particular service saving your customer money? Is that particular service efficient? If not, then maybe you should go back and reevaluate it. This has been the CS Zone. Join us again for another episode where we give you only accurate customer service education.